Forbes just announced that Adam Neumann, former CEO and founder of WeWork, got denounced from billionaire status. Why? WeWork is just a bad business. Hey everyone, welcome to Brand Ed. I'm John Timmerman, and today we're going to talk about WeWork. Why? Because I think there's an important lesson for marketing people, chief marketing officers, VPs of marketing out there, on how the best brand in the world, the best marketing in the world and advertising in the world cannot cover up bad business. Now, WeWork is obviously a shining example of that. It's in the news right now. It's a topic that hopefully will get this video some headlines. Let's not kid ourselves here. But this can boil down to the smallest single solopreneur business anywhere. The lessons here are the same. So let's look at WeWork's business. For those of you that don't know, which is probably nobody out there, or not many of you, WeWork is a co-working space that is really a real estate company. And if you haven't heard lately, they made an initial public offering, or almost did, earlier this year. And the number got inflated up to $47 billion valuation. The valuation was massive. People got nervous because of the numbers that the company was putting out didn't really support that valuation. For instance, they had $47 billion of lease obligations. Coincidence? Not sure. But they only had something like $1.8 billion of lease revenue or tenant revenue in 2018, and that doesn't quite square away, right? So if that's the revenue coming in, not to mention that they have a very loose lease terms for tenants, meaning most tenants don't have long-term leases in their WeWork space. They can move about and leave if they please, so that's not guaranteed income, especially not to stick a price tag of $47 billion onto. So investors got a little nervous, and eventually that IPO fizzled out down to about $10 billion, and that happened very quickly. The CEO, Adam Neumann, was ousted as CEO, and now all of these things are coming out, and it's all falling apart. And there's many different reasons as to why this is happening. They're looking at internal culture, and it was a party culture, and very stressful, and sort of like if you watch the show Billions, Succession, or any of these business kind of like shows on TV or HBO, they show kind of this like crazy party culture mixed in with business. Well, you can imagine that it went on and how volatile that is. So all of this stuff is coming out now. It's a shit show, honestly. So, in saying that, that's the quick overview. You can read a ton of headlines, as me and my team have done. We're not insiders, but we wanted to use this example to display the very important lesson that you need to make sure your operations are sound. And if you're a CMO out there, if you're in charge of marketing out there, you better make sure you're not just looking at your digital and your out of home and your TV and your PR, because, well, your PR, I guess, if you have a bad business, but all of those things are like lipstick on a pig if your operations are terrible. So you better make sure you're having meetings about non-marketing stuff to make sure that the operations team and everyone is in line, because shit can hit the fan really fast if it's not. And from a marketing standpoint, all you can do is reputation management from there on, which is actually a really funny kind of topic, because I'm positive, being in the industry now, that WeWork is playing very hard in the reputation management game. From a search engine optimization standpoint, what that means is if you Google WeWork, you're going to see lots of news popping up daily about how terrible things are going. But you'll notice that a lot of like the WeWork website, good kind of websites and news about WeWorks pop up on the first page also. That's because somebody behind the scenes is doing some serious reputation management to get those negative links pushed down and the positive links pushed up. That's my guess. That's in addition to all the PR backpedaling and hopefully fixing that they're doing from that standpoint. So back to your business. If you're looking at your own business, there's lots of things you have to look at to make sure that you can fulfill what your marketing says. Remember, as marketers, our job is to show the value of the company to everyone who could possibly use it. If you're a consumer company, it's the consumers. If you're a B2B company, it's the people who are going to purchase your products or your services. That's your job, right? But that job cannot be done if things like products go out of inventory, staff is very unhappy, customer service team isn't up to par or isn't trained properly, supply chain, you name it. There's a lot of things that have to be aligned in order to fulfill your marketing message. So this is where teams really need to be integrated. And now this has nothing to do with WeWork. I have no idea how their team works. That was just an example of a very bad business, and all the marketing in the world can't really fix WeWork. Maybe time can, and obviously some operational, but marketing right now can't fix what WeWork is going through. But for you need to make sure that you're looking at all of these things, having regular meetings with cross-platform teams, make sure that you're talking with each other to make sure things can happen. So if you're planning a huge marketing campaign, you better make sure you have enough inventory. If you're planning a huge ad spend, you want to make sure the products can get out quickly, or that you have enough people, if you're a service company, to be able to service the people who are going to be flooding in because you did a bang up marketing job, right? So the lesson here is that you can't put lipstick on a pig. You can't put amazing marketing on a shitty product because it will never work. Eventually, customers will find out, and that will be a huge waste of money, not to mention probably a huge PR disaster. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Also, I'll be putting out other videos that are more tactical. This brand ed show is a little bit more high-level thinking, conversational, general branding, and what's going on in the news with current brands, big brands, things like that. But my other videos are going to be much more tactical, like how to show up on the first page of Google and how to make sure your Facebook ads are getting ROI, things like that. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.